Every year, Americans pay over $2 trillion in insurance premiums. $2 trillion. And yet, when disaster strikes, nearly half of all insurance claims are partially denied, delayed, or underpaid. The system that is supposed to protect you may actually be working against you. Here is what the industry does not want you to know. Chapter 1. The business model nobody explains. Insurance companies are not charities. They are profit-driven corporations. And understanding how they make money is the first step to understanding why your premiums keep rising. Insurance companies collect premiums from millions of people and invest that money, called the float, in stocks, bonds, and real estate. The goal is simple: collect more in premiums than they ever pay out in claims, while earning investment returns on the cash in between. Warren Buffett built Berkshire Hathaway into one of the most successful companies on earth, using insurance float as his investment engine. That is not a criticism. It is a business fact you need to understand. Insurance companies track something called the combined ratio. This is the percentage of premium dollars paid out in claims and expenses. A combined ratio below 100% means they are profitable on underwriting alone. Above 100% means they lose money on claims, but they can still be wildly profitable from investment income. The top insurance companies routinely report billions in operating profit, while simultaneously claiming that rising claims force them to raise your premiums. Both things can be true, and understanding this duality is how you become a smarter consumer. Chapter 2. The Life Insurance Lie and the Truth. Walk into any insurance office, and an agent will almost certainly try to sell you whole life or universal life insurance. These products bundle a death benefit with a savings or investment component. They sound attractive, but here's what most agents do not tell you. The fees inside whole life policies can consume 30 to 50% of your first-year premium. The internal rate of return on the cash value component rarely beats a simple index fund. And if you stop paying premiums, you may lose everything you have built. Term life insurance, by contrast, is pure protection. You pay a premium. If you die within the term, your family gets the death benefit. If you survive, which is statistically likely, you pay nothing more and owe nothing. A healthy 35-year-old can get $1 million of 20-year term coverage for roughly $35 a month. The same amount of whole life coverage could cost 15 to 20 times that. The premium difference, invested consistently in a low-cost index fund, will almost certainly outperform the cash value of any whole life policy over the same period. This is what financial planners call buy term and invest the difference. And the math is hard to argue with. Chapter 3. The health insurance trap most people fall into. Here is a statistic that should alarm you. Medical debt is now the leading cause of personal bankruptcy in the United States, despite the fact that most of those people had health insurance. How is that possible? The answer is in the fine print that almost nobody reads. Deductibles, co-pays, out-of-pocket maximums, in-network versus out-of-network. These mechanisms are specifically designed to transfer financial risk back to you, the policyholder, even after you pay your monthly premium. The most powerful tool in health insurance that most people ignore is the health savings account, the HSA. If you have a high-deductible health plan, you are eligible for an HSA. In 2024, you can contribute $4,150 as an individual. Tax-free going in, tax-free growing, and tax-free coming out for qualified medical expenses. That is a triple tax advantage that no other savings vehicle offers. Investing your HSA contributions in a low-cost index fund, rather than leaving them in cash, can compound dramatically over time, turning a medical savings account into a powerful retirement tool. Chapter 4. The auto insurance mistakes that cost drivers thousands. Auto insurance is the one policy almost everyone has, and almost everyone has the wrong one. The most common mistake is carrying minimum state-required liability limits. These minimums, set decades ago, are often inadequate for the cost of modern medical care and vehicle repair. A single serious accident can expose you to personal liability that exceeds your policy limits, meaning your savings, your home, and your future income are all at risk. The second most common mistake is paying for comprehensive and collision coverage on a car whose market value no longer justifies the cost. If your annual premium for those coverages is more than 10% of your car's value, the math no longer works in your favor. Chapter 5: The Smart Insurance Strategy: How to Protect Yourself Without Getting Played. Here is the framework that financial professionals use, distilled into 4 principles. First, insure against what you cannot afford to lose. Life, health, liability, these are essential because the financial consequences of going without are catastrophic. Second, self-insure everything else. High deductibles mean lower premiums. Invest the difference. You are essentially paying yourself to take on small risks. Third, shop aggressively and compare annually. Insurance pricing is not loyal to loyalty. Switching providers at renewal can save hundreds of dollars with identical coverage. Fourth, read every denial letter carefully. Insurance companies depend on policyholders accepting denials without appeal, but more than 40% of denied claims that are appealed result in payment. If you found this helpful, consider subscribing. That statistic is not an accident. It is a feature of the system. The industry counts on your silence. Insurance is one of the most consequential financial decisions most people make, and one of the least understood. The industry spends billions on advertising designed to create fear and then sell you a solution. But knowledge is the most powerful policy you will ever own. If this video gave you one thing to rethink, one call to make, one policy to review, then it did its job. If you want more in-depth breakdowns like this one, subscribe to Insure Smart. We post every week. No fluff, no product pitches, just the information you need to make decisions that actually protect your family. Hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode. See you next time.